Greetings to all of you, my fellow Ugandans. Today I'm going to talk about the issue of betrayal, which I've been seeing on social media, where a man called John Kazora died, and he wrote a book, Betrayal by My Leader. And those who have participated in supporting Museveni, both in the bushes or when he has taken over power, claim that Museveni have betrayed them because they, like the Matembe writing a book, is it a fight for democracy, the betrayed or what? I want to say one thing, that those who claim that Museveni have betrayed them are people who went to support Museveni without knowing who Museveni was. Museveni was from day one when they came to Uganda after the liberation of 1979, 11th April, by Tanzanian forces and Ugandan exile. Museveni, who became the Minister of Defense under Yusuf Luwer, showed clearly that he was a man who was desperate for power, a man who was selfish, a man who was egoistic, a man who was a liar, a man who was just thinking about himself, want to have power and the gun and wealth. So the reason why Museveni went and just aligned himself with the gun, being close to the gun, he knew that the gun would propel him to power. He knew that. So he had to be close to the gun. He just wanted power. Anybody who had keen eyes in 1979, 1980 would see that this is a man who wanted power. When he was campaigning, he said, "You Ugandans, what is wrong with you? You're always in torment, fighting. There's a missing link that we must find out." What is that missing link he was talking about? What missing link did he want to find? How was he going to find this missing link? And he was telling Uganda that if election was rigged, he was going to go to the bush. He did not tell Ugandans that if election was, this election was rigged, or if this party win, it means that the election was rigged. If this party win, it means the election was not rigged. He did not tell Ugandans. He just said, if the election was rigged, this election is rigged, I will go to the bush. So when the results came that he lost, DP lost, he went to the bush. Because he has already told Ugandans that if election is rigged, I will go to the bush. He went to the bush and started fighting. So people who went and joined him, most of them did not understand why Museveni went to the bush. Museveni wanted power and money. When I mean power, it is not just being president. He wanted the gun and money. Know that with gun on his side, nobody can try to threaten him, to scare him, to intimidate him. He will just do away with you if you try to challenge him. With money, he knew that he would bribe you or put money there so that you come and start stealing. He will not arrest you, because the moment you have stolen taxpayers' money, you will now join him, because you will want protection from him. That was the Museveni right from 1979 when he was Minister of Defense. That was him. This is why when the children of Baganda tried to demonstrate during the No Lule No War, he did not care. He ordered for these people to be just fired and many were killed. He went to the bush where he did not care about people dying. He could have even died. He said he doesn't care. If he does not care, he must be the president of Uganda. He must take power and hold power in his hand. He manipulated everything. Now, I saw somebody trying to extract what John Kazora wrote, how these people were killing people in Luwer, beating their head with what they call kafuni. I don't know what it means, what that kafuni is. This is the same Kafuni I read in a book called In Praise of Blood, which was written about what happened in Rwanda, what the RPF were doing. They were using the same in Rwanda. Breaking people's skull with Kafuni, tying people Kandoya, which they were doing in Luwer. It was also being done in Rwanda. So Museveni knew what he wanted, but those who went to join him did not know what they were actually standing for, or supporting, or fighting for. Otherwise, Museveni and the people who went to support him to fight the UPC government are the people who betrayed democracy in Uganda. It is not vice versa. It is not that Museveni betrayed the struggle for democracy. Democracy was started in 1980, when the first election was held on the 10th and the 11th of December in 1980. That was the beginning of democracy in Uganda. But these people went and killed this democracy in Luwer. Dragged the skeleton of the democracy, brought it in his state house. Museveni sat on this skeleton until today. What Museveni is doing in Uganda is not democracy. It's just a stupid, idiotic, democratic process which any sensible person would not go into. Unfortunately, Ugandans have become so poor and so brainless, they go there because of money. That's why every time you hear that, oh, this parliament, money, oh, this parliament, money issue, oh, this parliament, money issue. This is the only thing now they know. They know that if I go to parliament, I will get money. When I get money, I will build my house, I will do this, I will do that. This is what takes people into parliament. Not that those who are going into parliament are going to bring change. Change cannot be brought by parliament even. Change can only be brought by the court and the military. An election. That is the three. If we had a very strong court where the court is independent, the court would be in a position to nullify any fraudulent election and say, go and do again. But we don't have that in Uganda. We don't have. If we had an army that is a pro-people army, they would just come and step in and say, we don't want any bogus election here. They could take over the government and put again election to be a free, fair, and general election, so that Ugandans, the ordinary people of Uganda, get what they want. Since Museveni took over power, Ugandans have never had, through election, their aspiration that today we have voted this. Because not every election Uganda will vote for Museveni, and then they will vote for the rest of these MPs here and there, here and there. They vote for Museveni. That is a lie. And that is the most bogus election Museveni has brought Ugandans into. Money is here, and the pseudo or whatever election is here. The moment you go and participate in this election, you are legitimizing the stay of Museveni into power. But he doesn't even need election. Whether Ugandans vote or Ugandans do not vote, Museveni will still be president of Uganda because he has the gun and he has the money. The election is only to deceive the Western world. So opposition leaders in Uganda are the problem, because they go to participate in something they know very well that they are not going to win. Because in election, change must start right from the president to the bottom. But any change that start only under the president and down, but not the president, that is not election. Any sensible person would not go to that election. They will say no. So we have a weak court, we have a weak military establishment, we have actually no election. So Ugandans are in dilemma. Unless Ugandans will decide to go for another revolution, whereby they this time know why they are going to fight. They as a citizen are going to fight. Museveni went to fight because he knew what he wanted. The rest who supported him did not know what Museveni wanted. So Ugandans must decide whether they want to continue with Museveni or they now want a different political trajectory where Ugandan citizens, the poor, will have the power to vote in the president and vote out that president without the military coming in to interfere. This will not come through peaceful means. This will not come through talk. This will come through bloodshed, sweat and blood. I say this for God and my country. Thank you.